Hi guys, welcome to Entertainment. On this episode, we are going to be touching the topic of motivation. Motivation is simply defined as one's direction to behavior or the reason for one's actions or one's desires. Now, if you want to succeed in the world of entrepreneurship, you have to ensure that you have to keep your focus till the very end. You cannot let your motivation die out. You have to keep it burning. Now, one of the biggest reasons for a budding entrepreneur to fail or for an entrepreneur to delay his success is because they lose motivation somewhere in the middle of their journey. Now, the journey of entrepreneurship is going to throw a lot of challenges at you. As an entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to ensure that you are using the right tools to battle these challenges, not letting your motivation die out. In fact, using your motivation to battle these challenges and move forward and eventually reaching your destination. On this episode, we are going to be checking out what are the ways for an entrepreneur to stay motivated. Alright, before I share with you what are the ways for us to stay motivated, I would first like to explain why do we get demotivated and what are the factors that demotivate us. It is very essential for us to understand this, and that's what I'm going to share with you next. Now also, you must understand the fact that the factors that demotivate us can also turn out to be a big motivating factor for us in certain situations. Now let's check out point number one, which is financial crunch. A financial crunch is a big reason for us to get demotivated, is a big reason for us to lose our cool, is a big reason for us to feel like a failure. At the same time, a financial crunch can really motivate a person because he has nothing to lose. He doesn't have anything. The only way for him to get something is to really work hard and not give up. So a financial crunch can act as a big motivating factor in certain situations and can also be a big reason for you to feel demotivated. It really depends on how do you use this situation in your life to either go forward or to go backwards. Alright, the second point I'd like to share with you is the inferiority complex. Now, a lot of times people don't like themselves. People feel they are not good enough. People think they are not as good as the co-workers. People think that the person with them in the interview was better. People think that they can't be as good as their boss. But this is really not true. Each and every individual has their strengths, has their weaknesses, right? God has given everybody something or the other. We all have that one skill that we know that nobody in the world can beat us in, right? You need to use that skill in order to appreciate yourself, in order to feel that you are better than other people around you. You have to love yourself. Now, as a human being, the probability of us being a human being is 1:10 million. You could have been any living creature on this planet, but no, you are a human being. You have to love yourself. You have the same attributes as another human being who is a billionaire. So the only thing stopping you from being a billionaire is yourself and nobody else. Alright, the third point I'd like to share with you is emotional stress. Now, when somebody who we love, somebody who we really feel for is probably not going through the best phase of their life financially, someone who we really love just met with an accident, is not in the best of health conditions, or someone who we met is just on the deathbed. These are really things that can demotivate us and can really take us off our path. These things can really help us deviate from the direction that we are moving in and can really bring in hindrance to your business. At the same time, when we love somebody and they're basically on the last breath, and when we love somebody and we are seeing them suffer, that can also be a reason for you to not leave your focus. That can also be a reason for you to understand that the only chance of probably you doing something for them, or the only chance of you seeing those people happy, is going to be your success. And exactly how do you use this stress for you? Do you let this stress bring you down, or do you use this stress to basically instill a never giving up attitude and to work really hard for the people you love? Alright, the fourth point I'd like to share with you is lack of appreciation. Now, a lot of times we work really hard, and sometimes nobody appreciates our hard work. We get the result, we are doing the best we can, but nobody is realizing that. Nobody is appreciating our hard work. Nobody is giving us that attention that we want. And that can really be demoralizing for a lot of us. Ask yourself, Whenever you've worked really hard and people haven't praised you, people haven't appreciated your effort, you have felt bad. So have I. And I think we as humans are designed in such a way. But yet again, do you let this factor demoralize you, or do you let this factor remind you of the fact that the last time you worked hard, nobody appreciated you? Do you want to work hard again and again and again and again till the time you don't get that appreciation and go to the next level? Or do you want to hold a grudge against the person who didn't appreciate you and you just want to stay back? Right? It really depends on how do you use these instances to basically move forward in life. And if somebody didn't appreciate me for my hard work, it really doesn't matter, because I'm working for myself. I'm not working for anybody. And that's what you have to believe. You are working for yourself. So don't crave for the attention and appreciation of other people. If you really want to stay motivated, learn how to appreciate yourself. Alright, the fifth point, guys, I'd like to share with you is lack of results. Now, this is a very common area where people lose their attitude. This is a very, very common reason for someone to get demotivated, is when we put in a lot of hard work, we put in a lot of effort, but we don't see the results, right? And this is very disheartening. But at the same time, when you're facing this situation where you've put in a lot of hard work, month after month, year after year, but you've not seen the result, what do? You have two options. Option number one is you quit. That's what 90% of the people in the world do. But that's why they never become rich. Because getting rich doesn't mean switching your job profiles 50 times to understand what you fit best. Getting rich basically means you do one thing again and again and again and again and again, dedicate at least 20 years of your life to it, and then you will be one of the best people in the world in your trade. But a lot of times, with the initial challenges thrown to us, with our initial hard work not showing us the result, 90% people give up on their startup, 90% of the people give up on their idea, and somebody else who didn't give up, who was stronger, who waited more for the result, eventually gains the success. Now, who do you want to be in this story? Alright, the next point that I'm going to share with you is not having a goal and not having a purpose. Now, this situation can really be very, very demoralizing and can really basically demotivate us and make us unhappy as a human being. Now, just think about the fact that you booked an Uber, but you didn't put a destination. Where are you going to go? Where do you think the driver is going to take you? What is he going to do? He's just going to stop. He's not going to move forward till you don't put in a destination. And that's exactly where your life is. You don't have a destination to your life. You don't have a goal to your life. You don't have a purpose to your life. And that's why you're stuck. And this is a situation which a lot of people are in today. So if you really want to get out of something, have a purpose for your life. Have a goal that really means something. A lot of people have a goal of being rich. But do you really know why do you need the money? You're only going to make the money when you exactly know where you're going to spend every penny you earn. Till the time you don't have an answer to where you're going to spend the money, you are really not going to become rich, and you're really not going to earn the money. That's why money cannot be a goal. Money cannot be a purpose. Your purpose has to be an agenda. Your goal has to be something money can buy, but not money. Your goal has to be something that your heart really wants. Your purpose in life is not just to make yourself happy, but your purpose in life should be to basically have a goal which is bigger than your happiness, bigger than just you. Like Tony Robbins has a goal, has a purpose. He feeds more than 1 billion human beings in a day. His goal is not just subjected to him, but that's exactly the reason why he is the reason for so many people's motivation, and he is eventually made himself a financially successful entrepreneur because his goal is not limited to himself, because he doesn't have a small goal which died out after buying something small, right? Your goal has to be which fits your short term. You need to have a mid-term goal, and you need to have a long-term goal. You need to have a goal which basically defines each aspect of your life and which tells you in every phase of your life what you should be doing. Not having a goal for your life is exactly like sitting in a cab without entering a destination. Do you really want to sit in that cab? Right? And if you are basically somebody right now who doesn't really have a goal in life, who doesn't really have a purpose, who can't really judge what your next move should be, don't feel scared, right? A lot of people are in this situation right now. take a piece of paper, write down 10 things that you're really passionate about. Circle the top 5. Go on the internet and understand what are the ways that you can make money through the 5 passions that you possess. Making money today is very, very easy, trust me. Money is no longer that thing which is hard to make. But money is only made today by the smart people. Money is only made today by people who are motivated. Money is only made by the people who can find their way out. Right? And that is why everybody today can be rich. But a lot of people aren't rich today because they don't really know what are they going to do with the money. And that's why you don't really need money to be happy. You need a goal in life to be happy. You need a purpose in life to be happy. Right. The 7th reason as to why are people demotivated is because they lack good deeds. And I think a lot of us sometimes feel that we aren't good enough as a human being, that we aren't doing our bit as a human being. We feel that we aren't doing our moral duties. Right? It's very easy for you to come out of this phase. Just do something nice. Sometimes just don't think about yourself. Do something nice selflessly. Go teach a poor kid. Go donate to a poor kid. Work for an NGO. Help your co-worker get a promotion. Right? Talk good about other people. Right? When we do good things, when we basically help someone else selflessly, we can congratulate ourselves. We can call ourselves a good human being. And let me tell you, if you can call yourself a good human being, you don't need anybody to motivate you. You don't need to read any book. You don't need to listen to any motivational speaker. If you can call yourself a good human being, it's very easy for us to call ourselves good human beings. Do something nice for someone who's not capable of doing that for himself. Help a poor man educate his children. Help someone who is crippled. Right? There's so many ways of doing good deeds. Promote a young chap in your office who really is working hard. Right? Hire someone who really is showing promise but probably still doesn't fit the qualifications, but you know that if you train this person, he can really do a good job. Sometimes do something really nice out of the blue. Right? You might have not planned it, but just do a nice deed here and there. Right? Sometimes it's not even about the amount, it's not even about the gift, it's just about the gesture. It's about the feeling of doing something nice that the person appreciates and that you can appreciate yourself for. Right? And let me tell you, when you have done something selfless for someone, you will really, really appreciate yourself. The 8th point that I'm going to share with you on this video is one of the most important points that you need to focus on. The biggest reason as to why we feel that we lack motivation sometimes is because we feel stuck. And again, this happens to the best of us. This happens to the best CEOs. This happens to the best economic leaders. This happens to the best of entrepreneurs. That when we are stuck in a situation, when we are stuck at the same profitability, or there's one problem that we're not able to solve and that's stopping us from moving forward, or our economy is stuck in a certain way, or whatever that we are focusing on, but we are unable to move forward, that is a really demotivating situation. But there is a very, very easy solution to this. And this is something that we can't understand when you're in that situation because we don't have presence of mind. But always remember, when you're a third person and you're actually listening to someone else's problem, you instantly get a solution. Why is that? It's not because you're good, it's not because he's not good, it's just that because you're not facing that problem right now, your mind is open and thinking for solutions. But the person who's going through the problem, his mind is blocked. And that's exactly your situation sometimes, that there's a very easy solution to your problem, but because of the problem, our mind gets blocked. If you want to evade that, and if you don't want to feel stuck, take initiative. Just do it. As they say, an entrepreneur is somebody who jumps from the cliff and he designs and makes a parachute on his way down. Right? We don't think before taking the right decision and what's the right decision or the wrong decision. As an entrepreneur, take a decision and make it right. That's the law. Alright guys, we just checked out the main 8 reasons as to why people lack motivation, right? And we also saw how these same points can also become a big motivating factor for our life. Now, how do we decide whether this point should motivate us or should this point demotivate us? I have a simple solution to this answer. Now, let's check that out. Now, the first thing that I would advise you to do is ask yourself one question, which is, can you make a difference? You have usually only two answers for this. First answer is no. You can't make a difference to your current situation. Your current situation is not in your hands. Honestly, then chill. Be happy, because you really can't do anything about it. It's not in your control. There's absolutely no reason for you to even waste 1 minute of your thoughts on that problem. Because if you can't change it, why think about it? Next option is, yes, you can change your current situation. You have a way to bring about a change in the current situation. Then you need to take in the 3 steps I'm going to share with you next. First is strategize. What is the problem? How are you going to come out of it? Next, take action. Like I said, take action. Don't think. Just get out of your current situation. Take action. A lot of times we overthink our problems. A lot of times we contemplate on our decisions. A lot of time we procrastinate. But guys, these 3 words are not a part of entrepreneurship. You need to take action. Lastly, review what has your action got you. Right? Take a feedback. Review your entire situation, and I promise you it's going to be better than the situation you were in previously. This is my solution to basically understand whether all these 8 points are either going to demotivate you or are they going to motivate you. Right? So I hope this was helpful. And now let's check out what are the 7 steps you must keep in mind in order to stay motivated throughout your life. Let's check out point number 1, which is have a long-term goal. Like we discussed, a goal basically is a purpose and a reason for you to take in action, right? A goal and a purpose that you set for yourself in life exactly guides you and tells you what to do. And when you have basically an idle day, when you have an idle mind, when you basically have nothing to do, that's the most boring day ever. That's the most demotivating day, because we don't really know what's our next move. And that's why having a long-term goal is really, really something that keeps us on track. Have a purpose, have a long-term goal, something that really means to you, something that you really will be happy with. If you died today, right, and if you basically have achieved this goal of yours, you will die happy. What is that one thing that you really want to do before you die? That basically becomes your long-term goal. That basically becomes the purpose of your life. And if you are able to identify this, you're not really going to lack motivation till you die, right? And that's my promise. Let's check out point number 2, which is expect less. What do I mean by expect less is, now, not only in the world of entrepreneurship, but if you really want to be a happy person, you really want to be someone who is happy in life, don't have a lot of expectations from life. Don't have a lot of expectations from other people. Don't have a lot of expectations from the government. Expect only from yourself. Only expect you to be strong, right? Whatever you've earned is yours. Whatever you've not earned is not yours. Any gift, anything given to you is just a bonus. A lot of times we are unhappy because we want other things to change. We want the economy to change. We want a friend to change. We want a girlfriend to change. But we don't want to change, right? Exactly. If you want to be happy, don't expect anybody else to do anything for you. Don't expect other things to change. You be the change. You take initiative. And whatever's yours is only something you've earned. You worked hard and you've earned it, and that's yours. Anything that's gifted to you is just a bonus. If you can think on these lines, you're bound to stay motivated for the rest of your life. Point number 3 is network with a lot of people. Now, if you want to be happy, 2 things you really need to do is cut off the negative people in your life, right? There are always, people where you share a certain idea and they'll always give you a negative feedback, or this can happen, that can go wrong. You understand, I don't think this is right for you right now. I think you should think about it, right? There are always a lot of people who will guide you in such a way. And there's always going to be people saying, oh, that's a fantastic idea, go for it. What's the maximum that can go wrong? Try it out. You really want to be with people who encourage you. You don't want to be with people who discourage you. You don't want to be with people who act as a hindrance between you and your goal. right? Evade the negative people, cut them out from your life. Keep your network small, but keep your network of positive people. Keep the people close to you, people who you can learn from. Always be the dumbest in your room. If you really want to grow and you really want to be rich, be the poorest and dumbest amongst your friend circle. Be the poorest and amongst your peers, right? And that's really very important for you, because everybody in the room can teach you how to be rich. Everybody in the room can teach you how to be smart. And if you're in a situation like that, you're not really going to lose your motivation, because you're always going to see people who are achievers. Those people are always going to be encouraging you to make a move and to basically meet their levels of not only finance but also fulfillment in life. Let's check out point number 4, which is impress yourself. If you really want to stay motivated throughout, keep doing things that impress you. Keep doing things that you can be proud of. There is nothing better than you looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, well done. There's nothing better than that. There is no other feeling which can replace this feeling for you. So if you really want to be happy and you want to understand the reason of happiness, you want to understand what is happiness, impress yourself. Do something that can make you proud. You won't really care about the world's opinion. If you can praise yourself, you really won't care about the world's opinion. Let's check out the next point, which is competition. Compete with people. Compete with people who are better than you. Like I was talking about being the dumbest in your room, that's what I'm talking about. Compete with people who are better than you. When we compete with people who are not as good as us, let me tell you, it's a very easy victory. And then again we come back to the same situation as to now who do we beat? Now who do? We are the best. The moment you think you are the best, let me tell you, that's the day that you're going to fall down. From that day onwards, you're only going to see a decline in your company. Never think you're the best. At the same time, you should know you're good, but at the same time, like I said, be around people who are better than you. There's always someone who's working harder than you. There's always someone who's better than you at your trade. You want to get to know him. You want his phone number. You want his email. You want to track him down. You want to spend time with him, because he's the one who can take you from the level you're at to the next level. Right? I hope you can follow this tip. Let's check out the next tip, which is acceptance. You need to accept 3 things about life. First thing about life is life doesn't owe you anything. The second thing that you need to understand is life is not a privilege. Life is an opportunity. Right? This life is not meant for you to live the luxury. This life is not meant for you to live the best life. This life is an opportunity for you to live that. You don't deserve it. You have to earn it. And the day we understand that, we are going to strengthen ourselves. And the last thing that you need to accept about life is you can't keep everybody happy. Everybody is not going to be happy. There are going to be people who are going to be upset with you. There are going to be people who are going to be happy with you. You are always going to have haters. If that's going to demoralize you, then I don't really think you have a big shot. But if you accept this fact, you can stay happy for the rest of your life. The next point I'd like to see is YOLO. You only live once. The reason you should have a smile on your face is because you're alive. Just yesterday, and even before we watched this video, there are thousands and thousands of people who lost their life. Someone died in a plane crash. Someone died with a heart attack. Someone died with AIDS. Someone died in a bomb in Syria. Someone died with cancer. People are dying all across the world for various reasons. The reason you should be happy is because you are not one of them. You are not the person who died. You are still alive and you're still breathing. You still have an opportunity to hit your goal. And that should be the main reason that you should be happy.
Thunder, thunder, thunder.